Alright guys, it's Trevingsley. Right off the bat, I'm going to say, and this is going to make sense if you see the title, but I don't condone underage drinking. If you're under the age of 21 here in the United States, or whatever the age is in whatever country you live in, don't drink underage. But in this video, I am going to be drinking while we play Dokkan Battlefield, and we're going to call the video Drunk on the Battlefield. I think that's funny, because it's kind of like Back to the Battle Road, but Drunk on the Battlefield. I don't know. It's like kind of a cool title, I think. But anyway, I got 2 beers on deck. I've been drinking a little bit since I got off work. It's a long day, but it's all good. Let's go ahead and get started. Yeah, so first we're going to start with Extreme STR. I did actually run through this earlier, but it wasn't very hard, if I'm being real. Well, that's a lie. Jiren almost beat my ass. Jiren almost kicked the shit out of me, but up until then, it's not too bad. Basically, what we're going to do here is just save decent transformation boost characters. So we're going to save Super Boo. I don't think Broly's on transformation boost, is he? He's not, but we'll save him too, just in case. And we'll bring this squad. I do still have Sealess on my STR, Extreme STR squad. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. Side note, I do really like Sealess, so I'm not trying to trash him, but I don't know, he's just not the craziest ever. On the Dragon Ball Heroes team, he's good to have just to have more options, but I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments how you feel about Steelers. I'm very curious. But yeah, so I guess while we're doing this, we can kind of talk about general Dokkan stuff that's going on. So I'll kind of give my opinions on like what's been happening on JP. So we got Ultimate Gohan, obviously. He's kind of old news at this point. He came out at the beginning of the month. From what I've seen, and I tend to agree with Truth's thoughts on a lot of things when he does videos, but I think that Ultimate Gohan's way better than Cooler, straight up. And you guys know how much, or you guys might not even know how much I love Cooler, because I don't really post about him all the time, but from what I've used of Cooler, I really like Cooler. He's one of my favorite units in the game, especially that I don't have 100%, but I don't know, what I've seen of Ultimate Gohan, he doesn't shit on Cooler or anything. You know, I've seen a couple people saying, like, he's not, like, Cooler's not even in his tier. I think Cooler definitely is in his tier, but Ultimate Gohan with his stacking attack and defense, his guard, even in his base form he has guard, and then I know he has conditions for super effective against all types, but I mean, at that point, when he goes ultimate, it's like kind of over. He's hitting super hard. He's got guard. He's over, if you got him rainbowed, he's over 300k defense. At this stage of the game, if you have over 300k defense and you have guard, you're not going to take damage. Straight up. Think about the Legendary Goku event, you know? Once you're around 300k defense in the Legendary Goku event, UI Goku super attacks can't hurt you. Unless you're type advantage, but even then, or unless you're type disadvantage, I should say. But even then, that's not even that crazy, you know? Like, he's not going to do that much damage to you. You're not going to, I should say, you're not going to die from something like that. But yeah, I really like Ultimate Gohan from what I've seen. I am definitely summoning hard for him. And I didn't think I was going to. I really thought they were going to mess up Ultimate Gohan, like 100%. Because let's think about this, like, what other good, like, even Buu Saga era Gohans are in the game, other than Gohan and Goten. Like, you can argue Super Saiyan Great Saiyaman, and he's like, I'd say he's good, but he's not great, you know? Of course Gohan and Goten are great, but that's not like an individual Gohan card, so I don't think that they count, honestly. For Goten, we'll just bring an Extreme Tech team. We'll leave off Golden Frieza. We will bring Transforming Frieza, though. We're going to do something like this. Yeah. I do really like my Tech Cell, by the way. He's not, like, the craziest of the support units, but him having a dupe really does help him. And I'm sure when Extreme Super Battle Road rolls around here in a couple... I think a couple days, like maybe a week or two, he's going to be really, really useful. Also, if you guys saw my summoning video, I pulled 2 tech hits back to back in my 25 stone summon, so that was definitely eye-opening. Very interesting experience when that happened. The main reason why I'm not like super hype about that is like that could have been 2 Keflas, could have been 2 Vadoses, it even could have been 2 AGL Android 13s, but at the end of the day, I had 0 dupes in hit, and now I have 2. So, and there's gonna be a day when hit's like disgusting, so, or he's gonna be really useful for an event or something. Like his day will come. I just wish his defense was a little bit better. Like with this Universe 6 equipment that you can get, I'm definitely gonna be giving him defense 100%. I've been saying 100% a lot, but he's definitely getting some defense on him because he needs it bad. And I'm sure a lot of you guys already know that. You've either seen him in videos or you have him yourself. And I was telling someone the other day, like I get the collector's aspect, like, because that's why I picked him up with coins in the first place, is I'm a collector, you know, I want to have all the Dokkan Fest units in the game if possible. The only ones I'm missing right now are Cooler, Future Gohan, Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, who transforms into Majin Vegeta, Zamasu, and that might be it. At least off the top of my head that I can think of. But the collector in me, you know, when I saw him for 400 coins, I couldn't say no. And I don't regret picking him up with coins, but if I'm being honest, he definitely is like in one of the lower tiers of Dokkan Fest exclusives. Like, he's just not the craziest ever. But at the end of the day, you know, having tech hit is better than not having tech hit, in my opinion. And again, that's just from the collector's aspect. So if you pick hit up with coins, you know, hit's only been around what, 2 other times besides this, not including probably the New Year summon banner. So you guys do what you got to do. I just hope you don't pick them up with coins. Honestly, that's all I ask. Another support unit I really like, and he's actually one of the best, I think, is Metal Rildo, and he is a dupe as well. Love Metal Rildo. He's awesome. I did pull a dupe for Android 13, but I don't have any AGL orbs, ironically, which isn't something I've ever really ran into until now. But, you know, we got him here. So we'll bring these 2, because I don't know if you heard that, that was my dog outside. I'm sure my dad just let her out. I don't just leave my dogs outside, I don't put her out there. Yeah, he's on transformation boost, so we'll save him. So we'll do this, we'll bring Turles, we'll bring Broly. I'm going to save AGL Frieza. Another unit I really like is Baby Janemba. He's not great, but he's definitely one of my favorite units for sure. Just linking him up with Baby Vegeta, honestly, on that Artificial Lifeform team. I just think he brings a lot out of Baby Vegeta, and him with his 50% dodge, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. Although I have said in other videos, apparently, and I can't really disagree, I'm like kind of a dodge connoisseur, you know. If someone can dodge in their passive, I really do like promote that about them as if it's like really crazy, because I do think it's really crazy, honestly. If you have at least a 50% chance to dodge, you can't discount that, you know. That's avoiding a lot of damage, in my opinion. But it doesn't like save units for everybody. I know a lot of people are mixed on the blue fusions, including some people that have been on the channel, like Dr. Depression. Dr. Depression, he likes the blue fusions, but he thinks that they could use a lot more defense. And my argument is that they have a 50% chance to dodge in the 3rd slot, but for a lot of people that's not enough, and that's a fair argument, but for me at least, I think that 50% dodge in the 3rd slot really does make the difference, because there's not a whole lot of like stages in this game where you can't dodge. It's like you can't dodge against hit in this Universe 6, the Universe 6 Infinite Dragon Ball History stage that I still have to do. You can't dodge against UI Goku, obviously, in the UI Goku event, Legendary Goku event, I should say. You're really getting that drinking in the battlefield vibe right now with my rambling. There's another event with hit to where you can't dodge them that I'm kind of blanking on right now. But yeah, those are the only ones I can really think of where you can't dodge. So, having a 50% dodge to me in most events, yeah, that's enough, honestly. Alright, so we're going to fight Bobbity here, obviously again. But we'll save Cell. We'll do this team. Another 50% support, Vegeta. He's definitely mid-tier for these guys. And then once Physical Super Boo comes out, I really do think the top dogs are him and Kaba. Although I think Kaba edges him out just because his team's better and or his typing is better, honestly. Super SDR. And his links are just better for that team, even though Physical Super Boo's crazy. You're not on Transformation Boost. That wouldn't make any sense. I'm stupid. I'm just dumb. I apologize, guys. We're going to save him as well. We're going to bring him against Jiren when the time comes. Of course, Transformation Boost is one of his 2 categories. Honestly, I don't use Injanemba too crazily. Like, you guys saw me use him in the Kefla video the other day. But I don't use him too often, which is unfortunate. I do really like Injanemba, of course, What is he? Second best EZA unit in the game? Something like that. Excuse me. Although I would say one of the most underrated EZA units in this game by far. AGL Golden Frieza. I honestly use AGL Golden Frieza more than Tech Golden Frieza. And I know Tech is slightly better, or is better, because he has damage reduction even when good. Because the only EZA unit I can think of that you'd run into in the World Tournament, EZA, I meant Int. The only Int unit I can think of that you'd run into the World Tournament is what, Raditz? And Raditz, he's got his EZA on JP, but even still, like, is Raditz even going to be a problem if you run into him? Like, Majin Vegeta might be able to clear it. Especially if you have, like, I don't know, other AoEs on the team. You should be fine. Okay, we got Bardock. We're bringing you... Nah, let me bring Gotenks as a leader instead. You guys... No, screw it. Let's give the extra buff to him and Gotenks. Why not? We're saving you for Transformation Boost, possibly. Piccolo might be on Transformation Boost. I'm not sure. It's not. We'll bring Piccolo, 17. I like the Piccolo 17 combo. They don't look the greatest, but since 17 gives key and defense, Piccolo stacks defense and shows super attacks. I think they're pretty good together. And then we'll bring Trunks and Trunks. I still think that Trunks is EZA Trunks and LR Trunks. I still think are like one of the funnest, if not one of the best, because they probably aren't one of the best rotations in the game anymore. They're still one of the funnest rotations in the entire game, which I gotta give respect to. Piccolo should be fine here. I really just want to make sure that Bardock gets his 18 key. That's going to be helpful. I guess right now I can kind of go over my thoughts on what I think the 350 mil download celebration is going to be. So I heard people saying that, I think it was Goresh on the Tag Team Dokkan Legends podcast. I'm pretty sure he said that he thinks it's going to be a Goku exchange into Vegeta unit and a Kid Buu, and then the legendary summon unit will be Super Vegito. I think it'll be reversed. I think it's going to be Super Vegito and Kid Buu, and then the legendary summon unit is going to be that Goku and Vegeta. Because kind of like what they did with 17, 18, and 16 last year, I think they're going to make Goku and Vegeta super gimmicky, in a good way, of course, but super gimmicky. And I think at the end of the day, they're just going to release a good Super Vegito. Whether that's Super Vegito, or if it's a... Because here's the deal with a new Goku and Vegeta unit. It's going to be... They could release a base form Goku and Angel Vegeta. And then the legendary summon Goku and Vegeta unit could be Goku / Vegeta. So they'll have different names anyway. So what I see them doing is like Goku, Angel, Vegeta, turn 1... And Nolar might have talked about this a little bit on the Tag Team podcast. I can't remember. It was either him or Goresh. But one of them was talking on the podcast like, basically what I just said. You know, Goku, Vegeta, turn 1, they go into base form Vegito, and then they go into Super Vegito. And then that way, it won't be stepping on the toes of the new Dokkan Fest LR Vegito that we all know and love on the Last Resort category, Final Trump card category. And you won't have to worry about them having the same name. But I could also see them just hard replacing both Physical and AGL Super Vegito and making this LR Super Vegito, just making him like insane, like him giving him counters and having him do a lot of damage right off the bat, giving him a damage reduction maybe, or really good defense. But they would have to be careful if they did that, whether it's a legendary summon unit or the new unit, to not make him too similar to Int Vegito. Because if they're like really similar, even if it's like a really good upgrade from LR Int Vegito, I don't know, you know. I don't know, for me, like, I'm going to summon on whatever, of course. I'm a Dokkan shill. But for other players out there, I don't know if that's going to be enough to get them to summon for him. This is actually taking a decently long time. I'm not, like, struggling, but this is taking longer than I thought to fight Majin Buu here. But yeah, my bet is that if Super Vegito is going to be one of the units that they release for this celebration, he's going to be the Dokkan Fest LR. He's not going to be the legendary summon unit. Like I said, I think that's almost definitely going to be a Goku Vegeta. This is probably a weird cut for you guys, but I actually lost the back, like, part of this recording where I fight Turles, Dispo, Topo, and Jiren, so we're going to go back in here. I did catch the end of my last recording, though. I was talking about the Goku Vegeta unit. So, like, maybe Goku starts as Super Saiyan 2, then he goes into Super Saiyan 3. And then from there, you can exchange into Vegeta. And then maybe after that, the active skill he gets the active skill. And the active skill is the Spirit Bomb. So, like, a double active skill type deal. I think would be pretty interesting. Sorry if I'm if I'm a little tired now. I'm still decently drunk though, so that's a plus for the drunk on the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? In the previous recording, I brought Gohan and Goten. We're gonna bring beers this time, just because I feel like doing something different, just slightly different. But I will say, I do have another beer, so that's at least good. So something I didn't talk about in the original recording of this is actually the tickets, because we will be getting tickets once again around the end of August for every 50 stones we've used, whether that's stamina or summons. We will get a ticket. So last year it went up to, I believe, I honestly can't even remember who it went up to last year. I probably should have looked that up before I even started talking about it. But as far as the most recent Dokkan Fest unit that I think will be on there, I don't think like Metal Cooler or any of them were on there. My bet is that Int Kid Goku is going to be the most recent Dokkan Fest unit on there. I don't think they're going to go any further than that. I just don't see it. Because even though I can't remember who the card was they went up to last year, I remember it being like pretty... Oh, yes sir. That's one thing with my Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is he doesn't normally do counters like that, so I appreciate that, Gogeta. Good looks. Anyway, I can't, like I said, I can't remember who it was, but I remember like even though JP and Globals were like kind of like apart from each other, I mean they're obviously apart from each other like timeline wise, but I remember their banners being very similar, despite that like time difference. So I wouldn't expect anything more recent than Kid Goku to be on there, if I'm being honest. I love Kid Goku. If he's on there, that's awesome, you know. Getting more dupes to him would be sick. But it's definitely not going to be more recent than him. And I think even he's a stretch. If I had to guess, it's going to be Metal Cooler. Metal Cooler is going to be the most recent unit on that banner. Like, that's my official guess. But I don't think that anybody past Kid Goku will be on there. So, if I'm wrong, you know, that's awesome for sure. But that's just what I think, personally. Now, I did make a big mistake last recording. I'm not going to make it again. I actually brought Gohan as my leader, and then I brought this Goku. We're not doing that again. We're going to bring this guy. Or no, we'll bring in Gogeta as the leader. And then we'll bring... Yeah, that's fine. That works. The main thing is we want to save Ribrianne for the Transformation Boost team, because we're going to bring that in first. Which is very important, honestly. The Transformation Boost team, bringing that against Jiren to get some damage in, which went really well last time, even though you guys won't get to see that. Even though it went really well last time, we will still adhere by that. I think that's a good idea. Let's see. Yeah, and Gogeta is going to be dodged, which is dope. I was talking trash about Disco in the original recording, so it only makes sense that he really makes me... He makes me look bad here. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. Okay. On a related Dragon Ball note, I was talking with my dad about how Dragon Ball has been these past like couple years since Super ended. How like we've gotten Broly, the Broly movie and all that, you know. And it still baffles me that Toei hasn't just been like, you know what, let's just make another Super anime. Especially with Toyo Taro making the Dragon Ball Super manga in, I believe it's V-Jump is where it comes out. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's V-Jump where it comes out every month. I mean, they're making new Dragon Ball content. You would think that Toei would be like, yeah, let's capitalize on this. Let's just keep going. Because, I mean, building hype after the Tournament of Power, I think, was important because of how much of a climax that was to a lot of Dragon Ball Super's like story arcs up to that point. But I mean, you're not going to build any more hype between 2 years and 3 years. I think 2 years is like the perfect amount of time to build hype. And you could say the Broly movie counts, but even still, the Broly movie came out at the end of 2018. We're getting to the end of 2020 now, you know, the back half. Or we're past halfway, you know. We're a good way into 2020, and wow, he's really dodging everything right now. This is ridiculous. Wow, he dodged every one of their attacks. I've never seen Dispo do that before. That's insane. You're not going to build any more hype over 2 years than 3 years. Or you're not going to build any more hype over 3 years than you would in 2 years, is what I should say. Because that makes more sense, obviously. But I don't know. If I was Toei, I don't know. Like, I would have just done... I would have finished producing episodes of Dragon Ball Super, because I mean, Geekdom 101, who is like a source that I trust at least, he was reporting that him and Yonko Productions, they were both reporting that Dragon Ball Super episodes were in production at some point. Now, we don't know how far along they were in production per se, or at least I don't. You know, I'm sure Yonko and Geekdom do know for a fact how far they've gotten, but you know, we know that they were working on it at least, and they just stopped. And this was before the pandemic, so I just don't understand the thought process there. Like, maybe they're restructuring the company or something, but they made that like the equivalent of the Star Wars story group over at Lucasfilm with like Pablo Hidalgo and all them. You know, that might not actually have been the right name, but you know what I'm saying. Like the story group over there, you know, they made the equivalent of that for Dragon Ball, and they haven't really done anything with it, which I think is very bizarre. You know, if I was at Toei, that would not have been the move I made, is all I'm saying. But I'm also not an anime producer, so, you know, what do I know? At the end of the day, I pop bubbles and I have a good time, you know, over here on Dokkan. So what do I know? But anyway, that was a mini rant. I just felt like I had to throw out there because I was talking about it earlier, and I felt like it was somewhat relevant since we're playing a Dragon Ball based game. But I will say that I think Dokkan's been doing a pretty good job with extending the life of itself. Because honestly, like once Super ended, I was like, I don't know. And when the Broly movie came out and stuff, I was like, I don't know where Dokkan can really go from here. At least at the time. And I might have even said it, because I was making videos around when the Broly movie came out. I might have even said at the time, I don't know exactly where Dokkan will go from there, but honestly, I've been impressed that they've been, they went back to the Cell Saga, and now they're doing the Buu Saga, and they've been sprinkling in Tournament of Power stuff a lot this year, which I appreciate, because Tournament of Power is hype and awesome, at least in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like the Tournament of Power, but I don't know, for me, especially like not watching it week to week, like being able to pop in my Blu-rays and watch them on the fly or watch them on Crunchyroll or whatever in a row, like marathon them, I think it's a lot better than when I was watching it week to week. Because I was watching it week to week and it was like agonizing. Because there would be weeks where like the only thing that like literally nothing happened, like I'm thinking about the episode where Tien was eliminated. Like sure, Tien was eliminated, but that was the most boring ass episode of that arc I can think of. Or especially like week to week leading up to the Tournament of Power, like after that exhibition match with Majin Buu, Gohan, and Super Goku and Goku, like that was like that lead up, the build up to the Tournament of Power originally, at least in my opinion, was agonizing. I was like, just get to the damn tournament already. Like, what are we even doing? We know that Goku's going to recruit all these people. We saw the promotional art. Granted, they did include Frieza in that, and that was a really cool reveal. Even though I didn't really like the reveal at first, I'm not going to lie. Frieza in the Tournament of Power is like kind of what makes it for me at the end of the day, because I really, really like Frieza in the Tournament of Power specifically. It's like with 17. I was not a big fan of 17 before the Tournament of Power. It's the same way with Frieza. I was not a huge Frieza fan before the Tournament of Power. But I honestly think the two of them, like, really made that arc come together in, like, a very interesting way that Fat Buu wouldn't have done if he was in there instead of Frieza. 100%. Although, I think it would have been interesting having Fat Buu there too. But definitely not as interesting. We're looking for transformation boost. There we go. Sorry about that. Like I said, we're drunk on the battlefield. You guys know how it is. You guys, Cell, Janemba. I brought Maju last time, so we'll bring him again. I was saying in the last attempt at recording this video, I'm also a big proponent of LR Maju. I know a lot of people kind of talk him down, or at least don't really talk about him at all. But I will give props to Gaming with Talon. You guys probably know who Gaming with Talon is. He's a good. Not only is he a good Dokkan YouTuber, but he's a fun guy to watch. With his he teaches you a little bit about Japanese here and there, he does translations for Dokkan all the time, for the fans, which is awesome. I really respect it. He's a big proponent of Majub, and I agree. I think Majub is amazing in a lot of these more difficult modes. Oh yes sir. I like Janemba a lot too. But like your battlefields and your super battle roads and all that, Majub is a great asset to all these teams. He just does a lot, and a lot of times I feel like he's not recognized properly. I also think he's not quite to the level as LR Bojack, as some other Dokkan YouTubers have mentioned in the past. But I honestly think that Tech Majub, he's going to have a real resurgence once STR Majub gets his awakening, unlike the Revive Warrior team and stuff like that. I really do think, I think they might both be on Majin Power too, which is Tech Super Buu, not Tech Super Buu, it's Tech Fat Buu / Evil Buu, is the card, but he's Majin Power and not Transformation Boost, Artificial Life Form. He's a Majin Power and Artificial Life Form lead. And I think on that team, once STR Majub gets his EZA, he's going to have a real resurgence and really, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are really going to like him again, which I'm all for, honestly, at this point. All right, we're going to kind of throw Ribery into the weeds here, which I don't really like to do because she's nasty. She's very good, by the way. Don't sleep on her. Don't, like, I would definitely get her to SA10. If you have the dupes, dupe her out, rainbow her, do what you got to do. Because she is so useful, especially in Dokkan Battlefield, but in a bunch of different events. And I know Ribrian's like kind of divisive among the Dragon Ball community, but hey, she's awesome in Dokkan. She was awesome for a long time in Legends too. I'm not sure how good she is now. But her, Rosie, and Kakunsa I know used to be disgusting in Legends when they first dropped. And Rosie and Kakunsa also are coming to Dokkan at some point. I can't remember what celebration they were introduced in off the top of my head. But they're coming at some point, and they're very good. They're over on JP. It actually might have been with LR Jiren, now I think about it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was with LR Jiren. They're very, very good, Rosie and Kakunsa. You guys should check them out. I believe they get easy areas, if I'm not mistaken, or at the very least they have awakenings that are very good. Alright, we'll put Janemba up here. And I think Majub's going to be on the next rotation, so we'll be looking good in that regard. We haven't done a whole lot of damage to Jiren here, but my Super SDR team's pretty good, so if we end up getting like really messed up, we should be fine anyway. So one thing to mention, and I've mentioned this in past Dokkan Battlefields before, Jiren can't get his attack lowered, so that's definitely the play. If you have anybody who can lower attack, bring them. Well, not anybody. If you have anybody STR or on a category that you're going to run against him. Oh, yes. We might be able to beat it because of Piccolo Boo, honestly. I love Piccolo Boo. Buccolo is how it used to be known back in the day. So we'll put Buccolo there. Frieza there. Our defense is going to be disgusting here. If Buccolo, right? If it was Buccolo all the time, honestly, SDR Super Boo would be disgusting. Well, let me not say disgusting, but he would be like mid-tier, upper-tier Dokkan Fest TURs. Like if Z-tier was the top for Dokkan Fest TURs, and then S-tier, A-tier, he'd be in the A-tier, I think. I really like Buccolo with his defensive support and the 3-key he gives. Very useful. So whenever I run hard events, I really do try to transform him up to that point. We're not going to get the transformation with Oob though, which sucks, but it's fine because Frieza can still tank at the end there. We're going to get a super attack with Oob. We're actually going to get his 18 key, which is dope. And then Frieza's going to get his full attack buff because we got 4 orbs. So we're actually looking pretty solid. Like I said, hey, advent of Buccolo on the team, we might actually be able to beat Jiren. Oh god, not Janemba. Whew. Yeah, that's not great. We should still be fine though. LR Majub's only at a mil, but once he transforms, he's in like the 1.4s, 1.5s on this variant of the transformation boost team. He can hit higher numbers because Ribrian only gives 120% buff to the team, so. Which, no disrespect to Ribrian, because she does transformation boosts and Peppy Gals, which interestingly is a very strong team. Alright, so I'm going to expose myself and my cell here in a second. I really messed up with his dupes. It's the only person I really messed up with, other than Physical Super Vegeta. So I did that summon video that I released I released 2 or 3 days ago. I did that summon video, and I got Cell, and I messed up on his dupes. Look at that ugliness. That is terrible. I fed his dupe into the bottom left, I think, or the top right or something. I really messed up. I didn't feed it into the top left like I was supposed to. So, yeah, so that's why he's like that, which is not great. Good news is, I think his full passive is going to be active there, so he should look pretty solid, especially if he can get a crit off, which will be debatable because of what I did, but you never know. Hopefully he can be impressive here for us. Ugh, and that beer's getting warm. Oh god. Are we dead? That's a yes. Not an immediate yes, though. We might live another turn. Because Boo's gonna lower attack, I'm pretty sure. Nope, we're dead. No? We're probably dead. But we might not be. Him getting that additional is very helpful. Oh, dude. Oh, dude, we're gonna beat him with this team. Transformation boost for the win. We didn't even need to break out Super STR. Wow. Alright. Well, there you go, guys. That was the video. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry that I had to cut right there, but like I said, my phone cut off the recording for some reason. I don't really know what that's about. My internal recorders for this they're not the best, but you know, it's fine at the end of the day. I had a lot of fun with this video. Thank you for indulging me in my Drunk on the Battlefield video. Like, comment, subscribe if you liked it or didn't like it. You can dislike or leave a comment, let me know. But anyway, I'm Trevingsley, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.